The median black household had $24,000 in wealth. Compare that to our white counterparts in our white households who had $190,000.
We sort of had a late start to that race.
The capitalist system was never meant for us.
A lot of us just simply do not know about these asset classes and don't know much about stocks.
I do encourage people to do some research.
When you see your actual money falling, it makes you learn and find out why it's falling, man.
If you had $50 and no idea where to start,
$50. Okay, so first I would say continue saving.
Just because you don't have money doesn't mean that you don't have options.
How you are in 2 years could change, if you change.
This is just one piece of a full story. Don't miss the full episode. Our next question, if you had $50 and no idea where to start, Mike, what would the first move, man? How would you advise our folks to, just dive right in?
$50. Okay, so first I would say continue saving. I think there are things that you could purchase, like a cryptocurrency. There's things you can purchase with the $50, but I would say first continue saving your money and putting that up. That way you can invest more. Then I would say education is a big piece. So learn about the stock market. What is the stock market? What does it mean when a company goes from public to private to public? What does it mean to be a shareholder? Just really start getting exposed to just stock market terms. A good book to read if you're really trying to get into it would be Charting and Technical Analysis by Fred McAllen is a good one. But there are a ton of educational reads out there that you could just start getting exposure to some of these concepts within the stock market. Next, I would say a mentorship or some type of support group, preferably both. So as you're learning, you can bounce ideas off of someone who's already, investing and knows about these concepts and is successful. So as you have questions, you can bounce those off of him or her. And then that community is important because it helps you sort of stay in the game, right? You see others that are in the same journey as you, that are learning just like you. So it helps to be motivated and continue sticking it out, right? And then you can also learn from those individuals as well. And then lastly, I would say action, right? So you really don't learn, me personally, it doesn't matter how many jump shots you learn about in the books and how to properly have the L shape and shoot it up. If you're not in the gym shooting balls, or shooting those jump shots, you're just simply not going to learn, right? So I would say action. First thing I would recommend is a platform like Thinkorswim where you could do like some paper trading. And just get in the habit of, making those plays, executing those plays, journaling those plays, why it was successful, unsuccessful, and then learning that way. And then, of course, finally, once you get your money up a little bit, I would say, me personally, I would probably start with $500 to $1,000 would be my initial goal there to start investing. Anything helps, but until you get up there, you can always paper trade, so you can get those reps in, but you really don't learn much until you have skin in the game, right? So if, when you see your actual money falling, it makes you learn and find out why it's falling, man. So it's kind of hard with a paper trading account to have that sort of that mental or that actual feeling inside the market. But once you really start seeing your money go up and down, to start asking why, have that mentorship there to ask them why as well, why certain things are happening, but continue learning, continue taking action as well.
Mike, I think last time we spoke about this, you said something about it not being a hobby. I think you probably said that you should take it as a business and not a hobby, right? And
Yeah.
so yeah, I think which I think is perfect. And so from the three things that you mentioned, you want to be able to save. If you got $50, just start with saving, and then continue with learning while you're saving. And then be able to execute once you have, at least, Mike suggests, $500 to $1,000, which, you can, depending on who you are, you can definitely get there, within a few weeks, a few months. But I would say those are great steps. And Kevin, oh, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I did want to say, so to kind of elaborate on the hobby versus, like a business. Some people just treat it as a hobby. You got things that you do, like hobbies are done every now and then, right? It's just kind of done as you can do it, right? But when it's a business, when it's something that you're truly passionate about, like your trucking company, you wasn't just doing that on a Saturday. Like you was waking up, you was waking up in the morning doing education. You was
Yeah.
finding out other things, right? After work, you was doing more research. It was really a business and something you was truly invested in.
Yep.
Making money in the stock market is extremely hard. Let's just be honest. There's most of people doing it unsuccessfully than successfully. So, it really takes a serious knowledge. It takes paying for education, right? Of course, you got free education out there on YouTube, but highly recommend actually paying and taking it serious, right? Just really learning, and really getting involved versus it being something that's kind of a pass by hobby.
I love that. I love that. And Kevin, anything to add? Anything to add?
Yeah. So again, I think I would say start where you are. It's always the best place. And then also understand that, just because you don't have money doesn't mean that you don't have options. I mean, there's no such thing as lack of money. I mean, money is relative, right? As you said, $50, $500,000, 50,000. Really, it's not so much the amount as it is the mentality around money, your behavior around money. All right. So build up your knowledge, as Mike rightly put. Have a sense of discipline. I mean, in the past years, decades or so, I've been kind of a gym rat, and I know like
Bro,
to
you gotta
get
get strong, Kevin.
to get success, you have to do this all over and over, like rinse repeat.
Consistency.
Just have to be really consistent. So in fact, it's not about like talent; it's about being very disciplined about it, and that's extremely important, because the more you do it, the better you get. Also, the more you do it, the more you learn. I mean, that's what experience is. So start from where you are, get that 50,000, 50,000, yeah. 50
Yes, sir.
pounds.
Claim it. Claim it.
Let's get it.
Get it. This penny stocks. There's all kinds out there, and there's so many platforms as well. I mean, we are living in a fantastic time. There's all kinds of vehicles out there that you could invest in. So yes, I think knowledge is most important. Like getting that information, educating yourself, like just getting as much as you can, because also, I mean, a lot is changing, and for you to be able to be successful in stocks, it's all about information. I mean, brokers are not, they don't play any magic. It's just the amount of information they have compared to a regular guy. That's why they're able to do what they're able to do. So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
financial trauma is a thing, man. So again, you're gonna lose money in that journey, man. So if you're not, if that doesn't make you feel, and that was a tough thing for me when I was starting out. Like, as I was getting good, it's certain plays you can hold on to that will make you more money. But with that financial trauma, it's like, man, I'm up. I want to go ahead and take profit, or I'm down, and it's like, oh man, you seeing your money go down and down. And it's like, man, listen, when you had that financial trauma, it's hard to lose $500 or $1,000. But again, it takes losing money to make money sometime, and it's really that education piece that Kevin alluded to.
And I would add, something here. So there's the view, right? Are you having a long-term view? Are you having a short-term view? If I go and check the stocks, it's Monday, right? I go check around 4 p.m. Like, oh man, I lost money. Now I'm depressed. And then tomorrow it changes. Like, look, are you seeking to be like a day trader, speculate, make as most as you can, and just exit? Or are you having a long-term view? Okay, I'm gonna hold stocks X, Y, Z, and I'm looking at the trajectory. This industry, it looks like it's gonna be popping the next 5, 10, 15 years. There's all these things, and all that again comes down to education, like having that information, basically.
Totally agree.
Thanks for watching this segment of Echoes from the Motherland. Click on the link below to watch the full episode or keep learning in the next segment.